Chip, your golf balls are surprisingly smooth. How do you keep them in such good shape?
Well, Sandy, I just polish them regularly. Got to keep them ready for action. Can't have rough golf balls, right?
Yeah, Chip, you got to make sure they're nice and firm too. Don't want them getting soft on you out there, especially during the heat of the game.
Makes sense. You wouldn't want these getting lost in the rough. Though some people can handle a little rough every now and then.
All right. Let's focus here, guys. We've got a show to run.
Welcome back, folks. You're watching Titans Tour TV. I'm Bertie Green with my superb co-host Chip Fairway and his stunning wife, who can handle a stiff wood like Canadian lumberjack, Sandy Fairway. Today is a big one, guys. We've got player introductions, and this week's feature team is none other than the crew that's seen it all, swung it all, and probably pulled a few muscles doing it.
That's right. We've been giving them a bit of a hard time. But this crew is the real deal. If you're willing to overlook the fact that they probably had to pack their golf clubs along with their prescription meds.
But hey, age is just a number, right? And the mob definitely brings some old school charm to the tour. They've got more stories than strokes, but don't sleep on them. They can still bring it when it counts.
Well, let's bring them out. Roll VT Dusty McBalls. Let's see who we have got.
They're the crew you've heard about. They've got more miles on them than a classic Cadillac, but don't think for a second they're slowing down. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the mob. First up, we've got the leader of the pack, the man they call the Godfather, Tony Martin. He's been running this crew longer than most of these players have been alive. You mess with Tony, and you'll be paying for it on the greens. He might be a little slow off the tee, but don't worry, when he's lining up that putt, he makes offers the cup can't refuse. Next, there's the wild card, the man they call the Gremlin, John Snell. He's small, but trust me, don't feed him after midnight, because once he gets going, there's no stopping this guy. His drives might not always go where he wants, but they'll definitely scare the life out of anyone nearby. Watch your backs, folks. The Gremlin's on the loose. And then there's the baby of the bunch, the one who's barely old enough for a senior discount. It's JV, the young one. He's still learning to embrace the slower pace of his elder teammates. But don't be fooled by the boyish looks. He's got more aches and pains than most old folk in a retirement home. They say wisdom comes with age, but JV's out to prove youth can still kick some serious grass. Last but not least, the Zen master of the crew. It's Martin Clack, the calm one. While everyone else is freaking out over missed shots, Martin's out there reading the course like a monk. No drama, no noise, just pure focus. If you see him smiling, it's probably because he's already won and you just didn't notice. Together they are the mob, a crew that's been breaking hearts on the fairways since before most of us could swing a club. Don't count them out, because this season, they're still out to prove age is just a number.
Well, there you have it, folks. The team that's been around the block more times than the bin men who forget to put their bins back properly. The mob, everybody.
Yeah, if there's one thing that gets the mob fired up, it's not a missed putt. It's when the bins are left in the wrong spot. Trust me, you don't want to be the guy who leaves Tony's bins halfway down the driveway. That's a one-way ticket to an angry rant at the clubhouse.
Oh, for sure. And speaking of getting fired up, do you think they've all got pill boxes now for their rounds? Monday is for the painkillers, Tuesday for the joint supplements, Wednesday for the... Well, you get the idea.
Yeah, they might need a cart just for their medications. Hold on, let me just pop a couple of these before I tee off. I mean, at their age, the only thing they're driving faster than their golf carts is the pharmacy line.
And let's not forget about John, the young one. He's only 56, which makes him the baby of the group, but he's probably the one yelling at the postman to stop waking him up too early in the morning. It's 10 a.m., John, not sunrise.
Oh, come on now. Don't be too hard on him. John's still got a little fire left, though I hear the only thing burning these days is his heartburn after lunch. And let's be real, the only thing getting them heated quicker than a missed putt is when the bin men forget to put the recycling in the right place.
Oh, yeah, you mess with their bins, you mess with the wrong crowd. Tony, the Godfather, is probably out there threatening to take his golf club to anyone who dares leave his bin crooked.
And JV's over there just shaking his head like, I'm still young. I don't need to deal with this drama yet. Meanwhile, Tony's giving him a lecture on how the world's gone downhill since the 90s.
Well, with all this talk about age, I can't help but wonder, how many breaks do you think they'll need between rounds? I mean, 18 holes? They're probably going to need a nap after the front 9. Maybe they'll get lucky and have a caddy who doubles as a nurse.
Nah, no naps for the mob. Just a quick pill stop, a few deep breaths, and a rant about how golf used to be tougher back in their day. Then they're right back out there, swinging and hoping they remember where the ball went.
As long as their knees hold up and they don't confuse their ball with their medication, I think they'll be fine. But seriously, they've still got some game. Just don't let them get too heated about the bins.
Oh, you know what else they're doing between rounds, right? Filling up the club suggestion box with complaints about the music being too loud and the drinks being too cold. They're like the Sopranos, but instead of whacking people, they're taking down anyone who messes with their tea time.
Exactly. You mess with the mob's routine, and you're going to get a strongly worded letter written in shaky old man handwriting. All right, let's give them some credit, though. They've still got the drive, pun intended, and maybe, just maybe, they'll prove us all wrong this season.
Yeah, after all, the only thing stronger than their complaints might just be their swings. We'll see what happens when they hit the course next week. Stay tuned, folks, because this tour is just heating up, and I'm not talking about Tony's blood pressure.
And hey, let's keep those hearing aids turned up. Wouldn't want them to miss the announcement for tea times.
Exactly. We'll be back with more Titans Tour with the next team. Don't go anywhere unless you're heading out to put your bins away.